Hello. Welcome to a special video. So, because the PlayStation Network was down, I wasn't able to stream another instance of Monster Hunter Wild. So what this video is kind of a commentary over a Arkveld hunt that I may or may not have succeeded in. I guess that's yet to be seen. So I just kind of wanted to go over how I felt about the hunt, the beta, my thoughts of wilds going forward, and just how the time I had. So right off the bat, I'm going in here. I'm switching my equipment because I was messing around with Sword and Shield and dual blades before. So popping on the Lance. Lance, I found, is the most consistent I can be in this game. Dual blades is a lot of fun. I still love dual blades. I might still primarily use them, but for a tough hunt, I think Lance is my best bet. So I just went with the basic attack up and what was it, black belt and medic for the meal. And here's a loadout I made. It's just the basics. The only thing I added was I was able to gather some parashrooms and sleep herbs to make some trank bombs. And the first clear I got on Arkveld was with the NPC hunters, and I trapped it and tranked it. So just as a get out of jail free card, if the hunt's going poorly, I can always trap and trank it as long as he's weak. So here we go. One thing I found very, very, very important, at least as a Lance user, and probably, I would imagine, for Gun Lance and other really kind of defensive playstyles, is to have at least some slinger ammo with you on this hunt, just because Arkveld has his command grab, for lack of a better term. So I was lucky here. The hunt started, and he was right next to the vine trap. So I was able to get some early free damage in. And one of the kind of tenets that I follow with this hunt, with Lance, is to be aggressively defensive. So I'm constantly trying to land either perfect guards, and see, I think I got one there that led to the clash. I'm not exactly sure how Lance works with the clashes. It seems like I've gotten them just on standard blocks, and then it also seems like I've gotten them on perfect blocks. I'm willing to believe that the clashes are more likely to occur on a perfect block, but I'm not 100% sure. So one of the things, another thing I try to do with Arkveld here is I try to stay in his face. It's really easy to try to run away from him, and then he'll like snipe you with one of his little sweep attacks like this. Best to just try to perfect guard it. It doesn't do chip damage on that first sweep. The attacks that do chip damage that are pretty lethal are that one. But if you perfect guard him, I believe it reduces the chip damage. And there's his roars. Roars in general in Wilds I've found to be a little harder to in timing a perfect block, and in the case of like dual blades or longsword, it's difficult to perfect dodge a roar and to what is it, evasive slash? I forget, the counter slash, whatever that's called with the longsword. But here he goes, full enrage mode. The best way I found to dealing with that attack is, again, just closing the distance. It won't hit you if you get too close to him. Here I am destroying one of the wounds, and I don't always destroy a wound when it pops up. Sometimes I like to get some damage on it before I take it out. And he's got me on the back foot here with HP-wise, but I believe Tank the Cat comes in and heals me. Nope. So here's another very important tip. If you've been struggling with Wilds, I think in general, and I have a feeling this is going to be kind of the norm with at least recovery. If you get a hard knockdown like I just did, call your Sacred. Like it's a free wake up. And it almost gives me vibes of the wire bug recovery from Rise. So once I started doing that, I've noticed I don't get kind of like the cheap 2 hits, or I don't get chip killed when I try to block on wake up kind of thing. So just little things I've observed from hunting. So I was able to get to another vine trap here. I go ahead and pull it down. I went for a mount, which I got. So the kind of technique I've used for mounting is get at least 2 wounds on a mount. So I go for the back here, get that one first, get the head, and then I take out the back one because it's going to be harder for me to hit that just in general, so. I don't really like how it puts the weapon away after the wound, or the mounting attack, but whatever. So I get some good hits in here. So, with my fellow Lance users, I think what you want to try to do is if you need to really lay on the DPS, you do that triple thrust attack. I think that's one of the best ways to really get a lot of damage in. And another thing I've kind of observed that I think I will do going forward with hunting this monster is your gut tells you to go for the head for damage. I want to say, at least with Lance, you want to go for the wings. So I took out another wound. Good damage. And thankfully I get some help from these little raptor guys here. Got a nice little spin slash there. Don't really use that attack much on Lance. Felt like it was a good time. Took out another wound. So again, I'm staying aggressive, but as soon as he starts doing something like a big slam, I try to be ready and not overcommit to a bunch of pokes, a bunch of stabs. So I'm getting really lucky with these knockdowns, and I'm just trying to capitalize as much as I can. And you'll notice I do use the focus mode pretty often, and I think it's really, really, really good on Greatsword, at least when it comes to aiming your charge slashes. But I think it's also pretty useful here with Lance. Got another clash. So one reason I really like getting clashes, obviously they're really cool, but I'm wearing 4 pieces of the Doshiguma set, which will, on a successful clash, I get an attack bonus. So, again, kind of going with that aggressive defense, you know? So, healing up here, I took some damage, and he's just going to be doing his thing. And I believe, I don't get it here, but I do believe I get another, oh, I accidentally switched to dual blades. So I'm like, get me out. I did not, I think I pressed right on the D-pad on accident. Thankfully he changed zones, so I can quickly switch here. I should have sharpened in between the zone and this one. But I don't think it really comes back to bite me. So this is another thing that's really useful to do on him. It's really hard to line him up on the Paratoads, but as you saw there, his chains hit it and paralyzed him. But here I am, I'm focusing on the wings more. Just because I believe I'm getting more damage on that than I am on the head. Excuse me. So, and this is why you want to keep slinger ammo. If you're staying under him and like really in his face, he's more than likely going to hit you with that command grab. And again, the best way I found to avoid getting hit, I know you can mash triangle to get out of it. I found that it doesn't always work. I don't know if it's like a damage threshold or how many stabs you have to get. Maybe it is if you do get grabbed by it and you do consistently mash, it will break you out of it. But just as a thing of safety, and I think it's more reliable, is just to use a slinger shot. So I got a pretty good charge attack on him there, as I was talking. Again, going for those wings. I think I broke his face there. Very good. Now, I could have gone for another one of the... There's 3 Paratoads on the bank of the river here that I could have gone for. I only hit him with the one. He might be... And here's another command grab. So... And I always wait. I don't know if I need to, because it doesn't seem like the crosshair on the slinger... I accidentally fired a sonic bomb there. I meant to fire a flash, just so I can sharpen. So, again, kind of paying for that mistake I made earlier by not sharpening. But, one of the kind of benefits of kind of this aggressive defense strategy is, you know, you will probably take some chip damage, but often your cat he'll heal you, so you can kind of stay in the fight. And if stuff looks dicey, you know, just get on your sacred, do like a half circle around him, heal up, and then get back in. It's pretty nice. And so this was an attack I found very frustrating to deal with. His tail attacks with longsword and dual blades, they're pretty well telegraphed. It's just oftentimes I get too greedy, too aggressive. And here I am refilling the slinger, which is very important. And Doshiguma and Arkveld are going to clash here. I don't think they get a turf war. I don't know if they have one. But I eat a tackle by the Doshiguma here, and then I'm in trouble. But thankfully he's distracted. I hit one of the Vital Lilies here and quickly get back to full. And he's got a couple wounds on him. I think they're on his wings. I'm going for another jump attack there. I think like I said, I do believe I get another mounting, another mount on him. So usually when he roars, he's gonna do 2. And so this is the attack that you can perfect block for no penalty. That one does a little bit of chip damage, and then I think I try. Yeah, I got it. I try to go for the wound attack there. I don't really get much on a follow-up, but I figured I'd go ahead and take that one out, just because I don't always get a chance to hit it. Now, I'm at 10 minutes left, but I'm pretty confident I can put this one away. I've done it before, doing a very similar strategy to this, but missed his tail attack there. I got lucky, and then I go for the tail wound while I have the opportunity. And yeah, usually when he does like a dive out of the way to make space, he's gonna probably follow it up with that leaping attack or one of his chain slams. And again, another command grab. I wait for the crosshair to line up, then I fire, just in case. I don't know if you can whiff. And I got a lucky cat put down a trap there. I'm very grateful for that. Yeah, so what I usually do if I'm aiming for a part up high is I'll hit him twice with the, I think I eat a decent amount of chip damage here. That's the one, ideally you're close enough, you don't get hit by all the waves of that fire attack. Hopping on the Sacred, refilling that chip damage. I'm gonna go for another jumping attack. Perfect guard. And it's the perfect guard. It's pretty generous. I found it's pretty easy to consistently land on almost any attack. Ooh, hard tail attack there. And so yeah, as soon as you get like a really hard hit, take a second, get on your Sacred, go back, heal, maybe grab some endemic life. There we go, got the mounting attack. And just kind of assess the situation and go back in after you're full up. So I take a couple stamina hits here just because I get kind of greedy with trying to get these 2 wounds active. But the same strategy, get 2, and then go take out the spot that you're least likely to hit just after the wound or the mount is done. So took the back out again. I'm gonna get a couple good hits on the wound here. Because ideally you do enough damage to it, and then you hit it with the wound attack. So he's taken off here. I got pretty lucky. He didn't do a lot of flying. That is one of the worst things he can do, is waste time. Because this hunt is so limited in the time that you have. You have 20 minutes as opposed to the normal 50. So you want to spend as much time dealing damage to him and not chasing him. And thankfully, that's kind of easy to do with Lance, just because you're doing some damage off blocks. You're doing a decent amount of damage from just staying in and poking, and you're very rarely vulnerable if you're playing somewhat confidently, which I think I've done. Maybe. Didn't get a perfect on that, I don't think. Another command grab. Running low on slinger ammo. I probably should go for that thorn pod. that I saw a second ago, but I don't think I do. And here's Ray Dow. He's shown up to have a part of the fun. I don't think Ray Dow does his super glassing laser, but I do believe they get the turf war. But I'm trying to take advantage of the fact that he's distracted, get some good damage in. Oh no, he does do the laser. I just got very fortunate and blocked it. It's hard to split attention between and there's the turf war. It's hard to split attention between the monster you're hunting and the other interloper that tries to get in the way. Really cool turf war here. Arkveld gets taken to school, but you know that's just the way food chain works, I guess. That's kind of a tricky attack to guard because he does a bit of a wind up to it. Okay, close the distance there. Didn't get hit by any of it, and it's a good opening to land some damage in. Ideally, maybe make a wound. So there's a roar. I managed to block it and counter with a shield bash. Alright, I don't know if he was going for me with his tail there or if he was going for the cat, but. Yeah, I kind of set up this armor set to be ideal for fighting this guy. With the Doshiguma... Big whiff on that one. With the Doshiguma set bonus, the starting armor Divine Blessing to help negate some of that chip damage. Alright, took out one of the wounds there. And then I believe I have some Chatakabra on for speedy recovery. Just because the other parts of Doshiguma I wasn't really necessarily wanting to use. And again, the slinger ammo proving vital. So what I do is I grab his special slinger ammo here, and I do a huge blunder with this. So one of the things I found whenever he comes to this zone with the falling rocks, he's usually standing right under it, so I'm like, okay, let's take it out now. And it whiffed or something, so I get lucky, he stays under it, and I'm able to pull it down on him with the slinger pull itself. But that was a bit of a whiff. And what I should be doing right now is, I believe there's a spark flint very close by. I should be grabbing that, especially when I'm getting on my sacred here to heal up. There it is, the spark flint right there. I needed to pick that up, but I neglected to do so. Oof, that was bad. That was, my cat just threw down a heal. Thankfully, perfect guards. I'm still at half, so I don't think there's much besides that the giant fire wave he does that can do a lot of chip damage to me and take me out. So this is where not grabbing that spark flint has really come to bite me in the butt. Now, I might have been able to get out of this if I've mashed as soon as it started, but I think I must have panicked and like tried to fire my slinger and didn't have anything, but there's a feint. So, not perfect. And I'm not claiming this to be a perfect attempt. So we take one feint, and what I've found when soloing this, if you feint more than once, you're probably not going to make it, unless you're just doing insane damage. But with the equipment they give you, you can only do so much, it seems. So back in, haven't given up. I thought about it. I did kind of want to do an attempt on him with no feints. I think I can, especially considering how the mistake I made, I recognized it and I could easily fix it. So I think I could do it. I just I was approaching the time for them to end it, the beta. So I was like, I'll just do the one. This is fine. Whether win or lose, I guess. So he's enraged again. Again, the two roars. So you want to block them both. So after the first one, if you block it, don't just immediately go into Unga Bunga mode. Kind of a brash lance charge there, but it worked out. And I'm fishing for a clash here. I haven't had one in a minute, and Ooh, okay, so again, I did not learn from my mistake in the hunt. I should have grabbed, again, that spark flint immediately, but I didn't get punished for it this time, so... I think if I had fainted again, I probably would have had to call that one, because I don't think I would have... Now, you notice, he has skulls, so he is weak. If I really wanted to, I could try to flash him, trap him, and trank him. But I opt not to do that. I probably, if I wanted to guarantee success, I probably should have. But, we stick it out and go for the sleigh here. So that one does a pretty decent, the double fiery chain slam, that one does a pretty decent amount of chip damage. Not crippling, but with the strategy of staying in, you're probably going to eat a little bit of chip damage on that one. So I'm just waiting. Throw down something. There's another chain slam. Throw out something I could hopefully clash with, but he's not doing it. I did refill on... There we go. I did refill on slinger ammo, though, so that's good. And the big swoop. Oh, a cat. Again, I got very fortunate. My cat did some pretty clutch things. He put down another trap. Unfortunately, I think his resistance had built up to shock trap, so it didn't last very long. But there we go. Now, I press L1 here. I had 18 seconds left, so it was really close. That feint nearly cost me the hunt. So I bow to my sensei, I carve him up here, and I think I give a little wave to the camera. But that's the hunt, guys. I hope you had fun watching it. I'm really looking forward to Wilds when it's release, and I'll try to do another stream on the next beta. But hope you guys had fun, and I will see you in the next one. All right, bye-bye.